Hello and welcome back to Cinderella Phenomenon. In our last one, we took some advice from Karma on how to try to be good. Even though I already figured it out a while ago, our lovely Miss Butt Fairy finally figured out that Karma is indeed the man who saved her back on our first day as Cinderella. Really wasn't much else that happened. Like, we slapped a dude, went back, didn't slap a dude because I wasn't sure how the game would take certain things. Because sometimes when it's like, oh, you don't slap, I'm like, oh, let me something. Anyway, whatever. We are in chapter 4. Ooh. Karma's a lady again? Wait. Joran, if you don't come at me like you truly mean to stab me, you'll never land a hit. Yes, ma'am. Sir. About 2 weeks since I first saw Karma here in the forest practicing the garland. I've come here every night since then. Though I never stay as long as Karma, since I actually have work to do in the mornings. Alright, here I come. Two swords clash and Karma laughs as he throws Joran back and taps her lightly on the shoulder with his sword. That makes 4 hits, and that one was easy, so the best you can do, Joran. So every time Karma practices with Joran, he's in his Miss Karma disguise. He says this because of the curse and because he does not want Joran to fall in love with him. Is he being overdramatic? I doubt someone like Joran could fall in love with Karma. Be subtle and quiet. Garland tells me that you're usually good at that. Interesting. So he can control whether he's in... Interesting. I thought it was like man at night, woman in the morning, but that's interesting. Interesting. Now I'm even more curious. I am, sir. Then why the exception today? Sir. Darling, it wouldn't happen to be because of the way I'm dressed, would it? Are you still not used to it? Hit the nail on the head, have I? It is not very chivalrous to hurt a lady, of course, but that logic applies to men as well. An enemy is an enemy, Joran. If your enemy is a delicate flower, even if your enemy is a delicate flower like myself. Delicate flower. Joran, you should hit him in the head for once. But princess! He is not delicate at all. Joran laughs and I scowl at her. Is she laughing at me? You and Karma seem to get along. I doubt it. Oh, princess, you wound me. You always say that. You wound me where Joran's blade cannot. Something flashes in Joran's eyes. She raises her sword again. Karma stands ready as Joran rushes at him with her sword. Swords clash again. I wonder. Karma, your back's open. Karma turns. Joran taps him on the shoulder and laughs out loud. I did it, a single hit. Looks like you have a weakness too, Karma. Ugh. No, it wasn't a weakness. It was like sleep catching up with me. Why didn't he listen to me? I told Garland the other day that it was crucial to only listen and watch the most important things. Oh, right. Practice is over for now. I can see Garland coming for his practice. Karma walks to a corner to have a drink. Should probably get back to the tavern soon. There's something I want to see first. On her way out, Joran gives a solemn nod to Garland. She pauses to say something to him and looks at me, noticing my vague curiosity. I was just mentioning what a good swordsman Karma is. I've seen him fight, and Karma is a good swordsman. There's no doubt about it. Is practice with him really so special? He is fast on his feet and quick with his reactions. He's an excellent person to train under, even better than most of the commanders in the palace. I could second that. Even better than Ross. Remember him? First commander we trained under? Now, the one that punished slow learning with extra exercises. You always had to do more exercises than I did. Something about you being distracted. I was watching the way you swung your sword to make sure you didn't hurt yourself. Aww. 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 But suddenly stopped to look at Karma, who's smiling slyly on the side. I saw that look on his face. Big huzz. Oh my god. You know, it's still a dating, so we gotta have like a she's still pretty innocent, like not seeing any signs of anything. Oh well. Well, that's a sign. We can't keep the commander waiting. Garland shakes his head, expression snapping back into something more serious. Right. To exchange quick farewells before Jern waves and steps out of the clearing. Garland with Karma. You're in a dress today. Are you really so opposed to hurting me when I'm in a dress? Or are you worried about ruining it? No. It's just so strange. You move so well even in a long dress. But yes, sure, didn't mention almost stepping on it once. Impossible. I'm the picture of elegance. Of course, sir. Karma shrugs Garland's comment off. Jeez, I've not been able to talk the last 2 days. I'm like, geez. To ready their swords, they get right into practice. Jern has taken over Garland's patrol now, so that Garland can get into practice time. So, Garland, have you told Jern yet? No. Conversation that Karma always has with Garland is the real person I stay behind to watch them practice. Wait. Oh, it's the real reason I'm not this person. Don't understand why Garland answers Karma's questions if doing so makes him so depressed. Will you ever say anything to her, Garland? Why don't you just confess to her already? Karma lands an easy hit on Garland, who says in response. However, Garland thinks about Jern and gets distracted. Don't understand his feelings at all. Seeing him remain quiet frustrates me. Jern is talented and poised. I could never be good enough for her. You never win a woman's heart if you don't compliment her looks as well, Garland. Well, she's pretty too. Beautiful. And then there's me. Aren't they both knights? Haven't they been trained together for a long time? I feel like normal jerk butt fairy would say, like, I could see why you wouldn't tell her. But I'm gonna say, just say something to her. Well, when you ever do talk about her, even Carmen says your concentration is lacking because she's always on your mind. So just tell her. She does not like you back, and that's it. She doesn't like me back. Conversations are hard, princess. Very tedious. I'm only saying that because you're dramatic about everything. The very nature of love is dramatic, darling. But if idle chatter, sir, let's continue our training. Because she's better than me. No. Because if you told her and she refused, then it would be difficult afterwards. You understand, princess. Of course I understand. I'm not stupid. No, I didn't mean it like that. Don't take offense, Garland. That's just the way she talks. The princess is a fragile flower with her petals always curved inward. What does that even mean? See, if it were Jern, she'd probably know. I'm just as confused as you. I don't think so. I don't think anyone understands half the fluff Karma speaks. Interesting. It's because I weave love and dedication to every single one of my words. There's a beauty in deciphering them. Enough idle chatter, sir. Let's continue our training. Interesting. So, I'm seeing a pattern where I should really just say the things I would think she would say. Because before, with like the throwing the thing, like, and the standing up for them, like, she wouldn't normally just slap someone for no reason. Like, that's just not her character. And she stood up for him mostly to try to see if her thing would count as a good deed. So that's interesting. I'm gonna put that into account next time. I'm staying longer than I intended. By the time I consider returning to the tavern, Garland and Karma are wrapping up for the night. I have a question for Karma, so I wait until Garland leaves bar for... Jeez. You're still here, princess? Were you seeking out alone time with me by chance? Ooh, excuse me. I have enough of that every day when we run errands. I just have a question. You always come to the right person. What can I do for you, Princess Butt Fairy? You ask Garland the same question every time you train, and he always tells you that he cannot confess. Karma nods in acknowledgement, but his attention is on his sword. He inspects it carefully before sheathing it. It frustrates me. You're frustrated? That look of his always annoys me. Oh my! It is annoying. Did you want me to ask why I won't confess because you're so frustrated? Yes. I suppose after almost 2 months, I do know you a bit better. You don't know anything about me. And I do not know anything about Karma either. Confessing isn't easy, dear Butt Fairy. Surely you must realize that the possibility of rejection is a significant deterrent. If you never ask, you never get an answer, and the stress of worrying stays with you and ruins everything. Why are you staring at me? Is that the reason you're so blunt, Princess? Blunt? You're far more blunt than I am. Princess Butt Fairy, you truly are amusing. You're sharp as a knight's blade. I am not amusing. That is a matter of opinion, darling. He really is insufferable. And yet, I still come to him for advice. The scariest part of a confession is the possibility of rejection. Can you imagine loving someone and finding out they don't feel the same way about you? My thoughts shift to the king. My chest tightens. Princess Butt Fairy. Karma reaches out a hand to brush a strand of hair out of my face. I slap it away without realizing. He pulls his hand back with a gentle sigh. My apologies, Princess. No, I cannot imagine. No. Loving someone and finding out they didn't feel the same way. I always knew my father never loved me. My understanding is different from what Karma's referring to. Besides, I no longer hold any love in my heart for the king. I've already given up hope. Right? It's a good thing you haven't experienced rejected love, Princess. It is one of the worst feelings. Karma asks to be alone, so I return to the tavern by myself that night. Ooh! Why did I get that screen? I don't know. That's the first time a loading screen like that has ever popped up. Does that mean I'm on, like, the right track for his, thingamabob? Do you know why I agree to this when nothing changes? Today I'm once again out in the town with Karma, running errands. Since we've been partners, he insists on me coming with him every day. Why do you need a new dress? Because a lady needs all kinds of dresses in her closet. Variety is key when you want to make a good impression. Why would you want to make a good impression in people in disguise? Disguise is meant to conceal you. It doesn't exist to be flaunted. Oh no, darling. I only wear the disguise to stop the curse from working on people. It's not really meant to conceal anything but the fact that I am a man. Be doted on by a married woman or by a woman in love with another man is especially troubling. Is Chris really that powerful? Okay. I've been taking this the wrong way. So he was cursed in his man form and he dresses as a woman. He doesn't actually turn into it. Oh. You know, no one ever made that. Ugh. Oh well. That's not as interesting as he's like could turn floppy flop between a man and a woman. Interesting. But I'd seen him as a man and I didn't like fall in love with him, so it's... Karma leads me over to the dress store and our conversation pauses when he goes to the store owner to give specifications for... But the way, why is him dressed as a woman change women loving him? I guess they just think, oh, it's such a beautiful woman, I guess. And I guess it doesn't work if she's like gay. But oh well. When we leave, Karma suggests going someplace to reward me for all my hard work. You're treating me? Why wouldn't I, darling? You've been helping me for a while now. What's this feeling? Gratitude? Karma does owe me for everything that I've done for him, so why do I feel like this? You know, it'd be much easier for you to just help me carry bag. Oh, there! Let's buy one of those cupcakes. Karma cuts through my suggestion easily. Does he really dislike work so much that he'd rather pay me off for helping him? Karma takes me to a stand showcasing all kinds of cupcakes. There's some with colored frosting, others with fancy decorations. Some are especially eye-catching, like a bright blue cupcake decorated with little stars. Anything catch your fancy, ladies? All of them, actually. Alas, I think eating them all would be good for my diet. What do you think, Princess? We'll share one. Turn back to the cupcakes, which are big enough to share between 2 people. Choose one for myself or one that Karma would like. I guess he's treating me, but 2 cupcakes catch my eye. There's a tiny little creature sitting on the top of the frosting. Seems to be a little lizard of sorts. That is strange. The color reminds me of Karma's dress. The other cupcake is decorated with little white chocolate pearls. Those pearls are small and somehow cute. But Karma might like the other cupcake. Also, it's between those 2. What would you like? So the question is, do I pick the cupcake that I like, or the one that I think Karma likes? Well, I'm sitting here debating it. And I'm like, well, these ones are kind of cute, but Karma might like that one. Oh, that one. The one with the... Oh my, is that a chameleon? A chameleon? It is a chameleon! Oh, that's adorable. Sir, we'll take one of those. I think you'd like it for the colors, not the chameleon. Whatever that is. Hey! Let's go enjoy this somewhere else, shall we? See, now I'm curious what she'd say about the pearls. There's too many options. Karma leads me to the middle of the plaza. 2 of us find a table. Walks up to get a fork and knife before returning and handing a set to me. Do we really need a knife and fork to eat a cupcake? So, before we got your dress and you distracted me with cupcakes, we were talking about your curse. We were. It's not an interesting topic. I was glad we'd gotten off that tangent, to be honest. Why don't you want to talk about it? You have your secrets, just as I do, Princess. The whole point of pairing up is to help each other with our curses. Princess, you want to help me? Well, because it's necessary that I help him so he can help me. I haven't made my progress helping you, though. You said you would provide me with opportunities. I'm not very good at that, am I? I'm sorry, Princess. Well, I don't think I've done anything for you either. But Princess, you've been helping me for the last few weeks. Whether or not it's an obligation, you still are good company. Good company? No one's ever told me that before. They chide me for being difficult to speak with. Oh, it is cute. Oh, I probably would have picked that one in real life. Aw, it's got a little heartbeat. That voice. Jeez. Karma starts cutting the cupcake, his knife sliding through frosting and cake with ease. Definitely never been such refined manners for a simple dessert. But jeez, I can't read. Never seen such refined manners. What was your life like before the curse, Princess? I have no need to tell you any of that. No, it is not necessary, but I'm curious. Would I be doing a good deed in telling them? I don't think so. How about we trade off fact for fact? Give me a story today, and I'll give you one tomorrow. What makes you think I'm interested in your life? Well, you do keep asking me about my curse. Only because we were working on breaking our curses. Okay, then. We won't talk about the past or any secrets. We can talk about this cupcake instead. But why does he always insist on changing the topic? Karma cuts the chameleon top in half, as he gives himself the head, which is a lot cuter. I get stuck with the tail. Chameleons are little lizards that can blend into their surroundings. Is he willing to go this far to avoid the subject? When I was a child, my father used to call me a chameleon. But I hid a lot to avoid responsibilities. Oftentimes no one could find me. Not my father, nor the servants. If he had servants, that makes him a noble. One day I was out searching for a mythical creature in our garden, and I came upon the chameleon. It was a small, silly little lizard, but I only found it because I was looking for something fantastic. So then the cupcake does not seem all that fantastic. My father explained what it was to me, and he started calling me his silly little chameleon. It was ridiculous, but he said I was always very good at hiding, and so it suited me. What is it, Princess? Seems like you're still good at hiding. You hide behind your disguise and keep many secrets. I suppose I'm still a chameleon, then. I don't think that nickname makes any sense. Sometimes they don't have to. Nicknames don't have to make sense to be endearing, Princess. Can we please just get back to the subject at hand? Yes, this cupcake. If you insist on sharing story for a story, I will tell you something about me. Oh? You didn't seem the type to want to share. I normally do not see any reason for sharing things about my past, no. Mother once told me that to confide in someone else was a weakness. More than that, I've always worried that others would judge me. No one's ever wanted to listen to me. Enough about others' opinions on me to know that they think I am the one at fault. Always. I wouldn't judge you, princess. I wouldn't judge you for not wanting to say anything to me. I divulge nothing to you, after all. Story for a story. That's the deal, right? I expect you to keep it. Or rather, a fact for a fact. Not like I have to tell him everything, just something about myself. I'll tell you about my life at the palace. It's not if it's a secret, though I doubt Karma would understand. Ever since Mother died, the palace has been a cold place. Why the surprise? Because you see Emmeline and Rod and assume you're all one big happy family? I do have to admit that Princess Emmeline seems quite gentle. Prince Rod is quiet, but he seems like an honorable man. When I saw you in the dress store, Princess Emmeline seemed very nice, is she not? Her kindness is fragile at best. She tries far too hard for it to be genuine. Her insistence is irritating. I've never wanted to be friends with her. King took a second wife after my mother died, as if she never mattered. I was silent and I continued to talk, my emotions loosening my tongue. I meant to stop there, but the words kept coming. The one who ever showed me any affection in the palace was Mother. King never paid much attention to me in the first place, but he treats Rod and Emmeline far better than he's ever treated me. What was your mother like? All of my fondest memories are of her. She was always with me in the palace, teaching me right from wrong, showed me how to not show weakness, who to speak with. Needless conversation is useless. People are often very likely to lead you astray. That's the reason I never saw any reason to speak with the townsfolk. Will you judge me as everyone else does? No, princess, I'm not judging you. I'm just a little sad. Sad? Why would he be sad? Sounds like you lived an empty life. It was not an empty life. But it sounds as if your mother separated you from everyone. Wasn't if the townsfolk would have accepted me anyway. Mother said they were not to be trusted. Princess, about your mother. Will not hear you speak ill of Mother. No, I only had a question about your mother. Karma coughs and I pause to stare at him as he clears his throat. What is it? This... Oh, gods! The change immediately. His voice is lower, far lower. Soft gentleness gone, Karma puts a hand to his throat and grumbles. Karma's voice is teetering on the edge of sounding unmistakably male. I always wonder how he's able to change his voice, but I always forgot to ask him. What happened to your voice? Oh, it's Miss Karma. I see a young market girl approaching us. She looks at Karma adoringly. I always wanted to speak with you, Miss Karma, ever since you complimented your dress at one time at the dress store. Your dress is lovely today, as always, Miss Karma. Karma? Miss Karma, are you okay? I am quite fine. Can I help but giggle as the girl takes a step back, looking shocked at Karma's deep voice? I'm quite fine. Karma curses again in his deep voice before forcing a bright smile on his face. Excuse me, I'm feeling under the weather. I know he's trying to change the pitch of his voice. I'm suddenly annoying rather than soothing now. Oh, I'm sorry. Karma turns to me urgently, but I'm too amused to offer any sort of... What is it, Miss Karma? Karma's smile is forced and his eyes are glaring at me. I laugh once again, not able to help myself. Expression softens, but only slightly. Now, I'm this girl who... I just feel like, shoot, he always wants to, but I can't help myself. Miss Karma, I do wish you would say something. At the very least, you should thank this girl for her compliment. Oh no, it's quite alright. Come on, Karma, you're usually the most charming person on these streets. Thank you. Sounds like he's dying right now. See? Ah! He sounds like he's dying now. I can't help but start laughing again. The small annoyance in Karma's face seems to dissipate completely. Leaving. What was that? Takes my hand and curtsies politely to the girl who pulls me away. Karma, you sound sick. Let's run out. Run out? Potion that Parfait makes me. Must have talked too much. You talk too much? Karma puts a finger to his lips to stroll through town. He shakes his head, making it clear that he won't speak to me until later. When we arrive at the tavern, it's already dark. Karma pauses and turns to look at me. What? You have a nice... You have a nice... You have a nice smile, Princess Butterfairy. I'm glad I can make you laugh. Ah. Well, of course I laughed. You sounded ridiculous. It's worth sounding ridiculous just to see you smile. You and Rumple really are the same. The comment didn't faze him. He smiles widely as he leaves for his room. I'm glad you're gonna make you laugh. And I get those words out of my head, and I'm supposed to be resting for the night. So that was another thing I chose that one too, because I felt like it'd be good because I was laughing more. I know how to play these games. I think I'd go see Karma if Karma's practicing with Jordan or Garland. Leave my room and go down to the reception room. Delora and Parfait let me go to the forest at night alone now, since I know that I'm meeting up with Karma. Parfait's in the reception room tonight reading a book. I was always told reading in the dark was bad for your eyes. Oh, Princess, I didn't see you. Notice she's closed the book, and I can now read the cover. She's reading Cinderella. That's my fairy tale curse. The Great War was caused by the fairy tales, right? Yes, that's right. Yet you're reading one. The curses are based off these fairy tales after all. But why are you reading Cinderella? The curse isn't anything like the fairy tale, it's reversed. True, but the morals remain the same. In order to become Cinderella, you must be good like her. Cinderella had everything handed to her by a fairy godmother, and everything taken away. Princess, have you truly had everything taken away from you? Compared to what I used to have, what I have now might as well be nothing. You have friendships and people enjoy your company. No one in this tavern enjoys my company. Are you sure about that, Princess? I think you just have difficulty trusting that we all like you. Like me? How would you like me? You've become like family here. I mean, you've been here that long. It doesn't matter. Everyone here at the Marchant is family. Family? You're saying that everyone at the Marchant is like family? Princess, you're one of my boarders. You're more than just regular here. You live here with us. So like I said, you're family. I speak more with the people here than I've ever spoken to my own family. In the palace, I was always alone. The only person I could speak with was Fritz. Are you going to watch Karma practice? A non-response. Be safe, Princess. As I head to the door, I recall what happened earlier today. Parfait, what's that potion you make for Karma? You mean the potion I make to change his voice? He begged me to help him when he first designed his disguise. Karma makes a beautiful woman, but he didn't think the illusion was complete without a convincing voice. You know how picky he is. Something else on your mind, Princess. Karma hides his curse, but you must know the conditions for breaking it, don't you? Oh, God. Parfait doesn't answer. Are you also keeping it a secret? Princess Butterfairy, not everyone likes to talk about their curse. I think it would be better if you ask Karma directly, as to understand why he won't tell me everything when I'm trying to help. Just as you think your good deeds are difficult, there's also something about Karma's curse that I think he can't come to terms with. Put my hand in my necklace around my neck. I still haven't performed any good deeds. Can I really do this? I'm going now. Walk out the front door and into the forest. Is it time for me to get attacked and him save me like a fancy nan? Ooh. I decide not to talk about all this. At least not until later. I wish this was all simpler, and that Karma wasn't cloaked in so many secrets. Mother, I went to town today. Oh, and I told you not to go to town. Did your father take you? He told me that it would be fun. And was it? No. Everyone looked really angry at me. I don't know why. Told you before, haven't I, dearest one? The townsfolk are jealous of you. Jealous? They are bitter about their lot in life. Because of that, they will seek to use you for your status. You cannot trust them, Butt Fairy. You cannot trust anyone but me. Trusting others will only lead to heartbreak, Butt Fairy. You can only trust me because I will never hurt you. Chapter 5. I don't even know what that says. I've been at the marching for a couple of months now. Still haven't managed to do a single good deed. Today I went out to town with Waltz to buy ingredients for a parfait. Two of us have been very quiet, which is uncharacteristic for Waltz. Princess. What? Did Karma explain why I wasn't coming with you today? Princess. Does Waltz not like my company? So he's asking why I had to fill him for... He said he was tired. Oh. Waltz turns his head, his eyebrows furrowing in confusion. The town feels different today. It does. I feel there are people watching us. How can you tell? With practice, I have a lot of eyes on me when I'm doing my puppet shows, after all. Even before then, I was used to being watched, I guess. For your curse? Why? Well, I was more conspicuous as an adult, I guess. An adult? Oh, right. You have the Neverland curse. Oh yeah, he's not supposed to be SpongeBob. You remembered? Yes, I have the Neverland curse. Told you what that was in the tavern once. You're stuck as a child when you should be a man. Right. It's a little inconvenient, but I've gotten used to it. Waltz is so much more straightforward about his curse than Karma. Two of us go into a store where we find the little cups that Parfait asks us to buy. After I pay, Waltz automatically picks up the bags. His help is nice for a change. I've become so accustomed to carrying the bags on my own. So, have you made any progress on your good deeds? You can see from my necklace that I have not. But you have changed. Let's see how I've changed at all. Karma hasn't taught me anything about good deeds. Sometimes in order to do good, you need to realize some things about yourself first. Maybe Karma's not so bad at helping you with that. He's selfish, flamboyant, and acts as if the world revolves around him. But you're still partnered with him. I am. I'm okay with Karma's company. Most people judge and shun me. Karma hasn't done that. He's even mentioned enjoying my company. I've become more tolerant of him. Oh, Princess! Well, its eyes light up, and I see him pointing ahead to a crowd of people gathered around the center of town. A woman stands in the middle of the crowd, telling people's fortunes. We should go see if we can get our fortune told. Come on. The crowd around the woman only grows larger until nearly half the plaza has been taken up. I find myself pushed around the crowd as I try to follow Waltz. The crowd is dense, though, and in no time at all, I've lost him. Waltz! Call for him, but I don't see him over the dozens of people in front of me. I wait for him at the outskirts of the crowd. He should be able to find me. Make my way out of the crowd and the edges of the alleyway. Uh-oh. Waltz still does not appear. 10 minutes go by and I consider walking back into the crowd when I hear a voice. Are you looking for some oh no. I feel someone grab my hand. Stop them away and take a step back when I turn to find a man standing behind me in the alleyway. Didn't mean to startle you. What do you want? I want to help you to return to the palace, Princess Buttfairy. Oh boy, who are you? You know who I am? I do, Princess, and I can lead you back to the palace. Who are you? Someone who's working for the king. The king does not remember me. People that remember me are witches, fairies, and those with the curse. Who exactly is this man? You're lying. Princess, why would I ever lie to you? Now come, I'm sure everyone at the palace would be very happy to see you. The man grabs my hand roughly and begins trying to pull me through the alleyway. First thing I try to do is scream. The man clamps his free hand over my mouth. The crowd's getting farther from us, and no one could see us in the shadows. Princess, I swear on my word I'm bringing you to the palace. See, I don't know if in this game, if you do the wrong thing, like, you could get a game over, maybe? Or it could affect something later. Do I fight? Do I wait for an opening? If I was in this situation, I might wait for an opening. Expect me to fight back. I have to hold my ground until there's an opening. What would Jern and Garland do in this situation? Nice and obedient, yeah? Better that way. After all, I'm not a bad guy. The man walks me down the alleyway. He's holding me still tight. I'm forced to walk with him until he gets to a dead end. Where's that passageway he was talking about? Now's my chance. What is this I see before me? Oh, it's Karma. We see Karma standing on the rooftop right above us in his disguise, holding a sword, a broad grin on his face. Madam, you might hurt yourself playing with that sword. You might want to put it down. What's this, sir? Do you feel threatened by me? You should. Karma jumps down from the building and raises his sword in front of him. His eyes are angry. His earlier jovial personality fallen away. Anyone who attacks a lady has to pay for the crime. Karma rushes forward, moving faster than I can see, even with his long dress. The glint of the sword causes the man to fall backwards, loosening his grip on me. Step back from the man's hold and watch as Karma points his sword at the man's neck. Now, I have a sword and you do not. Do you really want to test your luck, sir? This isn't worth it. And runs off, leaving me alone with Karma in the alleyway. What's this? You were a lot cockier just a few moments ago. Breathe out slowly as relief washes over me. Princess! Watch approaches from where the man had run. So, did you meet the coward fellow on your way here? What? Bumped into a man who looked as if he was running from death. Oh my, I feel oddly accomplished. Karma Walt's voice become faint and indistinct as my vision blurs. Suddenly land on my feet, wholly driven from earlier thin air. I feel tired. Yep. I know that feeling. I have passed out multiple times. Yeah. You just get tired. Pull me back up. Rest easy, Princess Buttfairy. Close my eyes to fall into blackness. Okay. I'm saving right here. And then I'm gonna load this. I'm gonna fight. Fight back. So draw people's attention. Try to squirm my way into a man's arms, but it's not work. Chuckles lightly at me until he elbows me in the stomach. A few minutes I'm free, I tried to run, but all too soon the man grabs me again, with the same punishing grip on my mouth and nose to stop me from screaming. You're a feisty one, aren't you? I feel like I might faint. One last attempt to get free, I tug at the man's hand with my own and manage to shift just enough until I can bite down on it. Ow! And screams in pain, his grip finally loosening. I can hear him curse as I run away from him. A few minutes later, I realize I've gone in the wrong direction. Soon come to a dead end in the alleyway and I can hear the man running up behind me. What is this I see before me? Ah, okay. See, I would probably wait for an opening, but Buttfairy is like, not having any of this. Frick you. Look up and see Karma standing on the rooftop above us in his disguise. Madam, you need to hurt yourself. You're gonna hurt yourself. What's this? You feel threatened? You should. Tax a lady has to pay. Stress. Step out from the man's hole. Watch as Karma points his sword. Sword and you don't. Right through the door. What is this? You got cockier just a few moments ago. Princess, watch postman man run. So did you meet the fella? Bumped into a man, looks torn from death. Oh my, I felt oddly accomplished. I feel tired. And I pass out. Before I can collapse, I feel arms hold me back up. Rest easy, Princess Buttfairy. Close my eyes, fall into darkness. Alright. When I wake up, Annis is setting a tray of food down on my bedside table. She doesn't notice as I race slowly from bed. Annis. Oh, Princess, you're awake. We were worried about you. Lady Delora and Lady Parfit said you were just out because of shock. But still, how long have I been asleep? Just a few hours. Don't worry about chores for now. Lady Delora says that if you're feeling better later, you can use Mr. Broom. Just think about using this room gives me a headache. Where are Karma and Waltz? Waltz is the guy in the town looking for the man that captured you. Karma? I think he might be in this room, Princess. He's got patrol tonight, so he's resting a little bit. His patrol tonight? That must mean he was resting this morning, too. How do you know I need help? Do you need anything, Princess? No, I'm going to go visit Karma. What? To thank him? I already knew if Karma hasn't been there, things would have ended bad. Yes. That's sweet, Princess. Oh, Lady Dora wants to talk to you about what happened if you're feeling up to it. Okay. Well, till Annis leaves the room before I follow after. It's only after I exit my room that I realize I do not know where Karma's room is. And I must have assumed that I already knew with us being friends. It's fine. I don't need Annis for this. I can find his room on my own. It takes me some time, but eventually I find a room with his name on the door and careful, flowery letters. It suits him. Simply open the door without thinking to knock. Uh-oh. Oh, no. I expect to see Carmen lying in bed as I stand for a mirror changing his clothes. Oops. Oops. Oh, so, hey, he's got a tattoo. Of a rose. Maybe I was right about the Beauty and the Beast thing. A little bit, kind of, ish. Like, only if someone falls in love with him who, like, the curse doesn't work on. Like, who, some, whoops, whoops, oh no. Princess? Uh-oh. I don't think I have ever seen a show. I've never seen a show. Oh, indeed. He turns to me and the real estate is staying there. He sets his in his pants. It's really hard in the stomach. My face feels incredibly uncomfortably warm. Why are you just staying there? Put on your clothes! And it's a large tattoo on his chest. It's a rose and sustained by many vines. Stare for a few moments before Carmen puts a hand there to conceal it. It's rude to come into a lady's room unannounced, you know. Carmen slips his usually dressed on carefully over his head and then approaches me. I step back without realizing. Carmen raises an eyebrow and smiles at me mischievously. It's a familiar look, but it rattles me more than ever. My princess, you're as red as a tomato. Are you okay? Does this man always need to point out the obvious? I'm fine. There's no need to shout, darling. Now, what did you come here for? To see me? The beautiful Karma. Does anything always have to revolve around you? Well, you are breaking into my room. Barely able to stifle a sigh. Well. I cross my arms and frown at him. Smile makes it harder to get my next words out. I came here to thank you. What? Do my ears deceive me? What did you say, princess? Princess? Thank you for saving me. I saw you fight back. That was a very admirable attempt. You saw me? Yes, as you were coming to the end of the alleyway. But I didn't manage to escape. Doesn't matter, princess. You certainly made the effort. But I digress. You are quite welcome, princess. It was my pleasure. I should leave. Wait, what? I turn to leave, but Karma grabs my hand and pulls me back. But princess, did you owe me something? So Karma expecting something in return after all. I should have known. I think you owe me an apology. You did come into my room and announced after all. What is he talking about? Since you broke in my room, I demand you help me with my makeup. Then I'll forget your transgression. Your makeup? Yes, darling. That you're resting because you're going on patrol tonight. Resting? Nonsense. I have much to do. My makeup earlier was so messy that I washed my face in order to reapply it. I cannot believe I'm going to agree to this. Fine. Ah, what a splendid day today is. Come, princess, let's do this by a mirror. Carmen pulls me over to the mirror where I can see both of our faces reflected. He has a surprising variety of makeup on the dresser beside him. Didn't even care that much for my appearance. Why am I helping Karma with his makeup? Now, which feature on the face do you think is the most important one to highlight, princess? What are your eyes attracted to most on a person's face? When they're laughing? When they smile? Why is he asking for my opinion on something so trivial? If someone was smiling, the first feature I would look at on their face would be... If it's me, they smile. First thing I look at is the lips. Then probably the cheeks and the eyes, like, kind of go up. The lips. By myself, I have my gaze dropping to his... Ooh. I feel like I'm walking into a trap. The lips. My! Princess, I didn't think I'd ever hear you say that you looked at my lips when I smiled. I did not say that. Oh, but you did, and princess, I do believe you are blushing. Carmen never said he was referring to his, she just thought about his lips anyway. That makes my heart flop. Though I don't have the faintest idea why. Anyway, I agree. Though eyes are important, a smile isn't quite as brilliant without the lips. Without the lips? Hey! Trying to imagine a smile without lips and shudder. Sorry, princess, I misspoke. Try to spell the image from your mind. Anyway, I'll let you choose the order of things. Fine. Just don't make me look like a clown, princess. I know how much you like to tease me, but I need to get out of here quickly today. You know, quickly, shouldn't you do your makeup? I missed the opportunity. Have you helped me? Nonsense. If I can, I'll have you help me with my hair some other time. The way you do yours is beautiful. I always put effort in my hair, as mother always emphasized the importance of looking like a princess. But I've never received a compliment on my hairstyle before. Karma gives me his makeup supplies, and I start layering the color on his face. When we are this close, I cannot help but carefully inspect every one of his features. I do not think I even did something like this with mother. You know, princess, I don't think I deserve your thanks. Pause and raise an eyebrow at him. What? You've been helping me for a while, and I haven't helped you with your curse at all. What I did today was just coincidence. Coincidence? I'd heard you went to town with Waltz, and so I followed you two. I only happened to catch what happened in the alleyway. You managed to see me, even when there were so many other people who didn't? I have good eyes, probably. Probably? It's not like you to be so humble. But fair, I am, once again, offended. And why were you following us in the first place? You said you were too tired to come into town today. I was worried? It was strange not accompanying you today. Worried? Why would you be worried? Karma looks puzzled for a few moments. He glances at himself in the mirror solemnly, then shrugs. Intuition, perhaps. Waltz mentioned something about feeling watched. Is there something that Waltz and Karma are watching out for that I'm not? Karma closes his eyes momentarily and takes the opportunity to dust his eyes with eyeshadow. He doesn't seem to mind. Princess, you haven't spoken about what happened today with Delora or Parfait, have you? No, not yet. You came to thank me first? Yes. Oh. Karma falls into silence and I continue to work, sweeping blush on his high cheekbones. Princess, do you know anything about the man who tried to drag you away today? No. He said only that he worked for the king to tell me he would take me back to the palace. I wonder how he recognized you. I was wondering that myself. How curious and alarming. The only ones who should pose a problem at this time are witches. Witches? What do they want to do with me? Well, I only mean that witches are the only ones who could see through our curses. So that man spoke with a witch? It's possible. But why? Why would the witches want me back at the palace? Was that man trying to lead me somewhere else? I suppose either way, the man couldn't have wanted to bring me back to the palace for a good reason. It is possible that witch gave a commoner description of you, but then why would... Karma stops talking and looks up and moves something like sympathy. Sorry, I'm just running my head for ideas. Are the witches really so dangerous? What do they want with me in the first place? Rest assured, princess, we will figure this out. I nod my head slowly, a lot of questions for Delora and Parfait. It's possible that even they might not know what's everything. I need to think on my own as well, just in case they decide to keep more of their secrets. Look at Karma and shake my head. Next time, I will be more wary. I won't let myself be caught unaware. Before I realize it, Karma has his hand on my cheek and is staring at me solemnly. His eyes are as cold and moving as steel. Princess, there won't be a next time. That's what I said. Next time, make sure that you're definitely not alone. Had I been alone today, I might have actually been kidnapped. I know that, but I cannot show weakness. I just need to be more cautious. I'm not some damsel in distress, you know. Having someone at your back is far more comforting. Even on a battlefield, knights fight better together. What's wrong? Nothing. He moves his hand away from my face and stands up, sighing. His eyes look suddenly distant and his posture is stiff. I think we're about done here, right? I haven't finished your makeup, though. Wait, why am I even concerned about that? Oh, sometimes simple is better. Would you like me to sit back down? I do enjoy being pampered by you. And I take it back. We are definitely done. Good. Thank you for your hard work. In an instant, the mood changes, and a bright smile once again graces Karma's face. As much as I hate to do this, I'm going to leave you, darling. I'm going to have to leave you. I have business in town and then a patrol later tonight. I probably won't see you for the rest of the day, but thank you. He's thanking me for putting on his makeup. It was such a small thing. You're welcome. You already sang to me. I'm all spitty mouth. Well, now you can tell me twice as thankful as the normal. Now you can tell I'm twice as thankful as the normal person. That doesn't make any sense, but it's karma. A lot of the things he says do not make any sense. I leave the room with Karma, and he leaves the tavern as I go to find Parfait and Delora. Two of them are seated together in the reception, speaking in hushed voices when I arrive. They both pause to look up at me as I walk into the room. Well, well, if it isn't the princess. Took you long enough to come see us. Anna's told us you were unharmed. We're glad to see you're safe, princess. So, how about telling us what happened? When prompted, I tell them everything that transpired in the alleyway. The two listen, and only exchange a solemn glance when I'm done. Do you know something about all this that I don't? Why would the witches be after me in the first place? Remember what we said about the Tenebrium corrupting witches? Well, those witches don't like seeing curses broken. They meddle where they can because they can. That is why I cast a glamour on you when you arrived here so that you could remain hidden from magical eyes. I did it to protect you. To protect me? There's more to this they are hiding. I don't think any amount of convincing will get them to say anything. Jeez, my tongue. Forgive us, princess. We're not entirely sure what's going on either. Though it is a human that captured you, we must be working with the witches somehow. Troublesome to say the least, but we don't know the details yet. Give us some time to figure things out. Until we figure out who that man is and who he's working for, you need to have an escort with you out of the marsh at all times. Do you understand? Once you figure it out, will you tell me? Two exchange another look, which only makes me more frustrated. They're obviously keeping secrets and right in front of me. We'll tell you once everything falls into place. Don't worry, princess. We'll never let you be put into any danger. Silence is what ends our conversation. I make my way back to my room, feet heavy. I feel like a fly caught in a spider's web. I try my best to clear my mind as I return to my room. Ooh, face. Whoa. The days go by slowly. I make no progress with my curse. Karma is busy with the knights today, and Delora and Parfait are busy talking with Rumple about his curse in his room. Tonight is the perfect night to go and wander the town by myself. I need to see if I can find out anything about the witches and what's happening around the kingdom. Delora and Parfait are not going to tell me anything. No one has wanted me out of the march since the kidnapping attempt. These thoughts spiral helplessly in my mind as I sit at the table. I've just finished working for the day, and the activity in the marchand is beginning to wind down. Garland stands at the door as the last few customers leave the marchand. Jern is walking around the room to make sure there are no problems. Out of the corner of my eyes, I notice two men pause halfway across the room and glance back at her. I overhear the words from where I am. Shame that she's a knight, eh? She's the proud type, too proud to let a man dote on her. Bleeding shame indeed. But do you think if I tried to say something to her? You two. Garland is suddenly standing behind the two men, an uncharacteristically dark glare on his face. Is there a problem? Doors are closing for the night. I'm going to ask you two to leave. No need to be so uptight, lad. We're on our way out now. He doesn't like you talking about his lady. Two men walk out and Garland stands in the middle of the tavern area, glaring after them. He more or less pushed them out of the tavern. Anne had seen that, she'd probably have scolded him. Garland. You okay? Of course. You think you can fool me? I've known you long enough to know that something's bothering you. Neither of the knights seem to notice me here. If they do, they ignore me. Jordan is still looking insistently at Garland, who looks down at the floor. Is he going to say something to her? Garland says nothing, though. Looks at a loss for words. Finally, Jordan reaches out, pokes his shoulder. Looks up, startled. Still the same as always. Silent, watchful knight. Only says things with certainty when he knows they're the truth. Even the princess is waiting for you to say something. Both knights turn to look at me, and Garland seems surprised. Raise an eyebrow at him, and he hurriedly looks away. Patrol's starting soon. I'll head out first. Okay, stay safe. Garland nods at her with a little smile before he leaves the tavern. Going to sleep soon, princess? I was just going to head up. I stand up and get ready to move up to my room, but stop once more to look at Jurin. Did you hear what those men were saying? Oh, about me being too proud or something? So she did hear them, but chose to say nothing. It doesn't bother me. They're right. I've been independent for a long time and never think about pledging my safety to a man I barely know. I can take care of myself. Blunt and to the point. Germ was really admired for that honesty in the palace. No other man I've trusted before any of my fellow knights. For are my fellow knights. Garland most of all. Said we've always been partners. She does not explain any further. I decide that's for the best. Sooner everyone is cleared out, the sooner I can leave the march in. Tonight is the night I go looking for answers. Ooh. Oh, 'cause that sounds suspicious. Oh. Sorry, Karma. But I can handle myself. I'm going to prove it tonight. May not be able to fight, but I can still be cautious enough to land myself into to not land myself into to land myself. Still, do not happen to hear much of anything because I'm exploring the town tonight. Should have brought along some kind of weapon. Then I'd have to had to steal a knife from the kitchen. I'm not a thief. Hours passed before I passed a tavern filled with knights. Deciding that I will at least listen to what is happening at the palace, I linger by the open door and listen to what the men are saying. Hear that young Fritz is having a hard time of it. Feel bad for the lad. Even Sir Alcester thinks he's gone mad. Well, he does keep talking about princess that does not exist. Fritz still remembers me, but how? His father is growing wary of his babbling. Sir Mithras forcing him on a break the other day. He doesn't seem happy. Well, Sir Mithras must think he's crazy too. Poor Fritz. Can you keep a secret? Knights look at each other and I lean as close as I possibly can. Apparently, the boy spoke some truth. Though Sir Alcester doesn't quite believe it, he's looking for the daughter of the previous queen. Even the witch. The witch had a daughter. Previous queen. Are they talking about mother? How dare they call her a witch? Apparently she did, though I don't remember being such a girl. It's the top secret stuff. I just happened to wrestle this out of one of the lackeys for her, looking for her. What would Sir Alcester need for this girl? I'm assuming she's dangerous and that they want to get rid of her. Are they talking about me? I'm curious. How are we supposed to find this imaginary princess anyway? Does she have any features? Aye, they described her features. Last man who went looking for her said she wore a special pendant around her neck. I should get out of here. Trying to leave the tavern. Why don't you just tuck it into like your dress? Like if you're forced to wear it by the curse, just kind of tuck it in so no one can see it. Trips me. Ugh. End up falling. Jeez. Is this so? A lady? As they were talking, approached me. One of them picks up my cloak. I attempt to grab my cloak from their fingers, but they pull it away from me and I stumble into one of them. Madam? He turns to take my hand and stops when he sees my face. Her face! And a necklace! Ugh. Think she was spying on us? Which? One of the knights grabs me by my wrist, pulls me towards him. He's far stronger than me in the alleyway. Hand me right now. I am no witch. Then there should be no problem. We're just going to take you in and there's some big misunderstanding. We'll repay ourselves. Miss. I read that wrong. No, let me go. This behavior is not fitting of a knight. Come now, miss. Let's go back quietly. Now, in this situation, I feel like she would try to convince them. Fighting back is useless when I'm outnumbered. I have to try convincing them that I'm not who they think I am. You're mistaken, sirs. Having to overhear your conversation and assuming I am some imaginary princess is unreasonable. The knights look at each other. You know, she has a point. She was listening to our conversation. That's clearly suspicious. Should I hear what I just said? I happened to overhear it, nothing more. You were cloaked, as if you were trying to hide your features. Being out at night without a cloak is a sure way to draw attention to a lady such as myself. You know, she has a point. Stop saying that, man. Hey. Then, ma'am, there should be no problem with us taking you back to the palace. If we are mistaken, we'll clear up the misunderstanding and pay you handsomely. Come on, let's take her to the palace. Jeez. Why did that matter? That's my question. What would happen if I would have fought? I don't know. Just not being dumb. Knights lead me into the empty streets. Why? Why did I have to be so stubborn? The knights continue pulling me down the path until we come to a narrow street. Everyone who sees us walks away to avoid the knights. There's fear in their eyes. But I've done nothing wrong. And if it makes you feel any better, we're just gonna rank on this as well. I don't know, I'm suspicious of... Who goes there? Ugh. Oh, I wonder who's... Oh, okay. Look up and notice Karma's familiar figure walking towards us. I thought they were trying to hide. Who is that? Oh, it's clearly Karma. What's he doing here? Why isn't he in disguise? Gentlemen, I asked you not to hand that woman. As a knight, I would be ashamed to be seen treating a lady so terribly. And who are you? I can't even say it in a serious voice. Jeez. I have her this woman voice down, I think. But now I need a dude voice that's not like horrendous. Because apparently it's a deep dude voice. Her husband. Is what? Unhand her, gentlemen, or taste my blade. Sir, we're just going to take you to the palace to... I will give you to the count of 3. One knight keeps his grip on me as the other draws his sword. I stare at Karma, who continues to count, though the knight attacks him before his sword leaves his sheath. Karma and the knight trade blows, but it's Karma that comes out victorious. His blade slides past the knight's shoulder, distracting him enough to give Karma the opening he needs. Karma reaches back with his free hand to knock the knight out with a blow to the head. May just be my imagination, but for a few moments I think I see the knight's blade glimmer across the surface of Karma's hand before he falls. I was confused by that sentence. The knight holding me holds up his hands in surrender. I yield, sir. Because no matter how the situation turns out, you are dishonorable. It seems no matter. It seems, jeez, why can't I read? Please, sir. Just slap. Karma knocks him out and then stands beside me as he sheaths his sword. Karma, a few moments, but fairy. Karma spends some time forcing a potion from a vial down each of the knights' throats. Watching him quietly, fearing that it may have killed them, but the knights only seem to be asleep. A potion that Parfait gave me. Make the men forget they ever saw you. Karma stands again. I notice the glimmer of blood on his hand and stare. You're hurt. It's nothing. I'm sorry. Come on, princess. Let's go back. He pulls me right out, and the mainstream does not let go of my hand. I cannot bring myself to speak. Karma saved me twice now. Not only that, but this time he's injured. He says it's nothing, but his blade hand does not move at all. Why I have to be so stubborn and insist I can handle myself? I don't know how to speak for a long time. Oh, it's small children. Eventually I notice people starting to stare. Before long, the staring grows worse. Young women begin to follow us, giggling from behind. Turn to Karma, who looks like he hasn't slept in days. Karma. Sorry, princess, but I'm not in the mood to talk. Skulls are walking right behind us. This is his curse. Karma. But Fairy, I just said that I'm in no mood to talk. Did you not hear me? We're being followed. Blech. He stares behind us almost stupidly and then laughs hollowly when he sees the girls' faces. They have to rush towards us. Their voices rising and blending together into horrendous something. Karma's not moving though. He looks resigned. He's too tired to realize what he wants to do. Tie my grip on Karma's hand and pull him away. My pace quickening to a run as the girls chase after us, screaming at me angrily for taking Karma away from them. Ugh. Oh, jeez. Butt Fairy, what are you doing? Getting us out of here. Butt Fairy. Leading through the town into little nooks and crannies where I managed to lose some of the crowd. Karma often led me through some of these spaces, shortcuts. Bolts needed them too. Once we are alone again, I stop, falling on my knees and letting go of Karma's hands to catch my breath. I really was a curse having to run away from so many mindless women. That was difficult. Butt Fairy. What? What? I didn't mean to snap, but the tiredness is pressing on me too. You helped me out of that. And of course I did, but I want you to be chased by girls. Could have left me behind and gone alone. Said you helped me. You helped me too? I guess I paid you back? But to be honest, I wasn't even thinking about repaying him for saving me. I didn't want Karma to be stuck trying to fend off all those girls. He's right about his curse. That is terrible. I just realized something. Karma kneels down beside me and waits for me to speak. My curse has people forget me, and yours has even strangers become fascinated with you. It's almost like our curses are opposite of each other, and yet we seem so similar. My eyes widen when I realize what I just said. We are similar, aren't we? He holds out his good hand to me and I'm leading me back to the tavern through the abandoned alleyways. Feet are heavy and all I want to do is sleep, but suddenly Karma's standing before me, his eyes grave. But Fairy, I have to thank you for helping me earlier. Sorry I froze like that and made it more difficult on you. It was so sudden, I was so tired, I had no motivation to move. Shouldn't I be thanking you? I'll accept your thanks, even though I wish you didn't have to thank me in the first place. You should not have gone out on your own when you knew how dangerous it could be for you. I am sorry. I'll accept your apology too, because I lost sleep over this. I have no words for how I feel right now, princess. Aww, that's so cute. That's so cute. Karma reaches for my hand again. This time he holds it up and kisses the back of it. Suddenly all my tiredness falls away. You really are a handful. But a delightful handful. I'm going to banish this hand and then rest. We'll speak later about this, okay? But the blood. Billy stopped on its own butt, Fairy. But it does need to be treated. Don't worry, it'll be fine. Are you sure? As sure as I can be. I don't lie. Not even for the sake of a pretty lady. Karma lets my hand go as soon as we enter the march in, and then bows politely to me before heading back to his room. Watch him go, my mind whirling. Does he usually kiss women's hands? No, I don't think so. Ooh, I'm starting to get little feelies. Ooh, what? Matchmaking. Interesting. Ooh. Ooh. Alright, I'm gonna end this one here for my YouTubies.